All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the most important meal of the day, breakfast. What is the best breakfast? I don't know. Actually, I do know. But we will understand and we will make our mark in history today. We are going to definitively prove which is the best and which is the worst. Now, we have S through F, and we have don't care much, garbage, and despised. Now, I'm not a picky eater, so it's not. Most of these are going to be decently high. Uh, Although you may be surprised. You could be surprised. You never know. I was feeling cute today. Thought I might make a tier list that could be fun. Why not? I don't know. Garbage content. Garbage. Garbage content. Okay. Well, might as well start off with something really simple, super easy to cook. I do it. Absolutely fantastic. Um, there is so many ways to make this, so much stuff you can do with it. You know, we're gonna start off real strong. Start off real strong. Now, I don't know if this is just eggs or if it's hard boiled or, deviled eggs. It's just a picture of half an egg. You know, I, good for you. Good for you. Protein, it's easy to swallow, it's hard to choke on. I mean, I guess you could choke on it, but I don't. But there's a lot going for eggs. It's super easy to make. It's pretty good. Pretty good. I mean, if it's a Nez, it's got to be pretty good, right? You know what I mean? All right, chicken. Chicken, man. You know what? Even as I record in April 25th, 2022, I've been alive for about 24 years, and I have never had a Popeyes chicken sandwich. Still haven't done it. It's, it's it's, some people might call it blasphemy. I'm just living my life. I'm one of the small few, who have not had the opportunity. Well, I've had the opportunity, I just haven't actually done it. I mean, I don't know if this is talking about fried chicken. Fried chicken is not, I used to love fried chicken, KFC. You can get it from Publix, you can flake it up yourself a little bit, put some add some garlic, add some fucking lemon pepper or whatever. I don't know what you can do. You can do whatever you want with chicken, man. I mean, you got to cook it thoroughly. Make sure to do that. But, how can I not put this in? I mean, it's fried. Okay, if we're going off fried, I'd probably put it in like C or B. I don't really care for it too much. I'd rather not have it fried. Although, if I was getting fried, I'd be like, oh, dope, fried chicken. But I'm not going on my way for it. But I don't really see, is there chicken on here? Oh, okay, so the eggs, they are scrambled. They're trying to, I think these are boiled eggs, right? You boiled eggs. So, boiled eggs, still S tier. Still S tier. Okay, now. As for chicken, I'll put it in fried chicken. Okay. But now we're gonna put it in A. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna put this down into a B tier. Okay, B. Now we got ourselves a classic American burger. Uh, I love myself a good burger from time to time. It's if you want to make your own burger, it's not that hard to do. Although you most likely need a grill, you could probably cook it in a pan, not a problem. Um, it's not too hard, pretty easy to assemble in the ingredients. If you do it right, you can put your own sauce in it. We got you can put all sorts of stuff on a burger: lettuce, tomato, pickle, and then you got all your mustards, ketchup, mayonnaise, all that fun stuff. Fries, crinkle fries, you can substitute it with ever potato fries, potato fries. Sweet potato, I guess, um, it's just the classic American. As I've gotten older, I've actually started to eat less and less burgers. Not as they still gotta I still don't feel patriotic unless I eat a classic American burger. And for that, you go in the A spot, my friend. I love a good burger. I love a good burger from time to time. It's hard to screw it up, you know. And most places you can get a decent burger. I've never really, I don't know if I've ever like gone out of my way to say, oh, this burger is awful. You know what I mean? Because it's a fine cuisine that's been perfected throughout the years, ever since McDonald's. Even before that. No, before McDonald's, the classic burger we all know and love. Now, bacon. This is a bit more on the controversial side, because supposedly, bacon is good for you. It does have its downsides. Doesn't necessarily fill you up that much. It gets plenty of flavor. Uh, although I do prefer more of a greasy bacon than I do just plain bacon. And it's more on the sensitive side. You gotta pay attention to it a little bit to make sure you don't overcook it or undercook it. There's it's a little easier to mess up bacon, but overall, usually speaking, I mean it's pretty good no matter what. Although if somebody asked me, do you prefer sausage, bacon, I would have to go with sausage, and for that, I'm gonna have to put bacon in the B tier. B for bacon. I just don't get me wrong, I like bacon. It's just I don't know, your taste buds change over time, and mine have changed. So, great follow up to that. No, not great follow up to that, because it's not. It's not what I was thinking of. But waffles. Ah man, what can I say about waffles? I love waffles. I love waffles. A good waffles are big. Waffles have the squares that you can pour the syrup in of your choice. You can put strawberries, you can put bananas, you can do all sorts of stuff. I mean, you can with pancakes too, don't get me wrong. Very versatile food. Butter, all the good stuff. Now, the squares are important, right? Because it allows you to fill the holes, and you don't, you can take each bite, and you can enjoy each bite instead of having to worry about all that shit running off like a pancake. Not to say that's not a bad thing, you know, you still get your syrup and everything on pancakes. I'm just saying, uh, you know, I just like it's more pancakes don't tend to be as thick as uh, waffles do, and I consider the waffles. You know that crunch. It's got that certain crunch to it where you like need a good waffle. It's just a good waffle is so much better than a good pancake. See, that's what it. And don't get me wrong. I mean, pancakes. I like them. I know they're. I'm not hating on pancakes. Okay, it's just waffles are so much better, and for that, waffles are going in my S tier. They're absolutely an S tier food. No doubt about it, my friend. Okay, chicken wraps. I don't know if this is just wraps in general or chicken or well, I don't know if it will I don't know if this is necessarily referring to, but I'm just gonna is there anything else on here that's considered a wrap? What the hell is that? Oh, it's crab. And what am I looking at? Oh, it's a breakfast burrito. Okay. Well, now that we understand, um, okay, breakfast burrito. You can, the great thing about breakfast burritos, right, is there's plenty of meats to choose from. There's plenty of healthy options to choose from in terms of what you want in it and what you want to go with your meat. Plenty of cheese options. Of course, you should probably put egg in there. You know, make sure you get that protein in there. Cheese adds a little bit of flavor to it. A little, you know. I don't use salsa, but I can totally understand, you know, throwing in some breakfast sauce in there. I don't know what breakfast sauce people use, but I'm sure it's I'm sure it's I'm sure it's something that people do. I'm sure people do it. But I don't always eat breakfast burritos though. Although I do eat them from time to time, but I just don't always do it. And I don't know why that is. But I just love breakfast burritos, especially like I think the more the better, honestly, when it comes to breakfast burrito. Sometimes you just want like a simple burrito, you know, just like egg, sausage, you know, uh, a couple of veggies. There are a couple of veggies in there, but for the most part, I could say it's just solid B. Like I don't eat enough for it to be. I don't know how often I actually have to eat something for it to be S. You know what? Let's bump it up to A. Let's bump it up to A. I like that. Yeah, I like that. Okay. Now, sausages. Oh, there's so many different sausages out there. It's great. You know, I like to eat sausage myself. Sometimes I don't even put the sausage into the. I don't even mix it. Sometimes I don't even mix it with the meal. Sometimes I just cook that baby up and just start going to town. You know, start biting away. Um, of course, uh, there's plenty of stuff you can. There's plenty of stuff you can do with sausage, and you know, it's quite meaty. So you know, you get a lot. You get a lot of bang for your buck when it comes to filling up. Um, you know, not that hard to cook at. Not that hard to cook. It's supposedly is a breakfast food. People that do have lunch for breakfast. Um, lunch for breakfast, I guess. I don't know. That burger. I mean, I guess you could. I don't. Have I had a burger for breakfast? I didn't even question it, to be honest with you. Um, but for sausages, where would I put sausages? I think B. Like I could go without. I can go without it. It's hard to go without it. But on its own, just eating a sausage on its own, not that often. Not that I almost always, I'd say 80% is usually it's somewhere in another food. Somewhere in another food. Um or it's with other stuff, so I'm not just eating just a sausage, although I have done that before. Okay. Cereal. Uh This is honey bunches. This is honey oats. Well, this is Cheerios. When's the last time have I had cereal? Keto cereal. And before that was Raisin Bran Crunch. And then before that was Honey Nut Cheerios. They say Honey Nut Cheerios is good for you, but it turns out not that great. Still a lot of sugar, high fructose corn syrup. Does that sound healthy to you? I don't think so. But I mean, there's so many cereals out there, and there isn't a whole lot of milk, but there's a decent variety of milk to choose from. But because I don't eat eat cereal that often, although cereal's something I feel like you could just eat every day, just pour in a bowl of milk. It's so easy to make, right? It feels like I should be eating it every day, right? Um, that's a C. That's a C. Even I kind of surprised myself on this one. Um, cinnamon, cinnamon bun. Well, cinnamon buns. You know, when I was younger, I loved cinnamon buns. Um, although it depends where you get them. Because some places, I don't think cinnamon rolls. Did I say Cinnabons? Jesus Christ, cinnamon rolls. Some cinnamon rolls are a lot better in some places, and they're a lot worse in other places. And it's never really consistent. It always feels like whenever I eat a cinnamon roll, it's always different each time. um, although the icing really helps because that icing really just adds it elevates the experience for the roll itself. Although though a fresh cinnamon roll right out the oven is pretty good, especially when you bake it yourself. Um, I I do like cinnamon rolls, but not. It was never my favorite food, never my worst food. That's a C. C for cinnamon roll. I'm not doing on this on purpose, by the way, but it is what it is. What is this? Classic waffles. Isn't this a classic waffles? Oh, Belgian waffles and classic waffles. Oh, of course, the difference. I say waffles, so it's waffles, so it's not anything really. I almost always eat a nice. I don't really care for. I feel like this is the same thing to me. I don't know. I might be crazy, but I just see this as the same. All right, what do we got here? Crab. Are you feeling it now, Mr. Krabs? People eat crabs for breakfast? I don't understand the logic here. Don't understand the logic at all. But I have never eaten crab. I think. I do not remember ever eating crab. I think maybe the one time I had crab was when I was in New York with my family. And it was like a platter type thing where it's like you ate a bunch of um, different fish, and that crustacean just so happened to be um, part of the serving. I think I had like a piece of it or something. I don't even remember what it tasted like, so I'm just gonna put in. Don't care much for. Although I do have a friend, a cool worker, who is from Illinois. He adamantly loves crabs, and my sister and my mother love crab too. So, there's something to say about crabs. Okay, crepes. Okay, crepes or crepes, creeps, creeps. That's what it is. It is creeps. It doesn't. I mean, it does matter, but it doesn't matter what I don't. Is we're here. We're living in the moment. Um. I think I've had crepes, crepes, twice in my life, 2 or 3 times, and every time that shit slapped. Um, just for that, I'm going to put in B tier. I know I've only had it like a handful of times, but there is so much stuff. This might be the most surprisingly. This might be one of the most versatile foods out here. Because you can put so much stuff in there, and I just see. I mean, usually it's more of like a sweet type of thing, but you can put actual food in it. It's definitely possible, but because it's thin, it tends to be more of a sweetened delicacy. With fruits. You tend to see more fruits and more like more tends to be more of a delicacy. Yeah, delicacy. Oh, every food's a delicacy. Oh, whatever. Anyways, croissant. Are you going to finish that croissant? Yes, I am going to finish that croissant because that is a damn good croissant. um, man, it's hard to hate on croissants. The only major flaw with croissants, right? The only major flaw is that it does not. It is flaky, all right? Because you take a bite, you see a couple flakes flake off, and so you got to either put on a bowl or a napkin. Got to be able to clean that up. Because the flakes tend to get in different places, and that's kind of, it's not annoying per se, but it's something to keep in mind when you're eating it. But pig blankets, man, if you had a pig blanket, that is so good. Inject that stuff with a little bit of cream cheese. Oh my god. Oh, don't take the Lord's name in vain. Anyways, croissant, croissant, baby. I live for a good croissant. Yeah, donuts. Guilty pleasure, man. That's a guilty pleasure. I enjoy doing it more often than I should. I eat a donut or two more than I should. I mean, I'm not fat by any means of the imagination, but you gotta work that off. That's not. People don't eat donuts because they're healthy. I'm just saying, but it's filling, and it's sweet, and it's got a hole, so why not? Why not? That's S tier, baby. I'm sorry. If I put anything lower than S, I'm just doing a disservice to myself. Really. Okay. Your classic American Grand Slam. Eggs with bacon and toast. That's the breakfast. That's the breakfast of the gods, baby. That's the trifecta. That is perfection. That's what, every good American should be eating in their meals. It's a nice couple buttered toast, couple slices of thick hickory bacon, and some salt and pepper medium eggs. Man, how could you go wrong? How could you go wrong? That is a solid A, my friend. Although I only usually eat that at a restaurant. Although it does not have a lot of flavor to it, you still, there's a lot of pride involved with this meal, for sure. B, can I put it in the same category as croissant? I think with everything combined, I think that's an A with everything combined. Yeah. Yeah, I think, yeah. Okay. What's next? Eggs too? Oh, scrambled eggs. Scrambled. Scrambled eggs. I like them. I like scrambled eggs. You can add a bit of milk, add some extra toppings, to help make that flavor pop, and you can serve it with other stuff as well. You gotta serve it with some toast and bacon, maybe even a waffle, maybe some chicken, maybe maybe a donut, or some sausage if you're feeling brave. Although it does seem a little overwhelming, doesn't it? But for the longest time and for a normal breakfast, the go-to is scrambled. So, it's at minimum a B. Is it a groundbreaking? It isn't. You can add your own touch to it. It's not too bad. Okay, now eggs in a pan, medium, over easy, sunny, that kind of thing. I ain't the biggest fan. I don't care too much for it. I don't care too much for it. I've tried most of the egg variants, and I do like it. Although I have to admit, the other two are more superior. I wouldn't care. I would not go that far, actually. I would put it in like C. I would go and C, because I've had it before, and it is enjoyable, but there isn't anything remarkable to it. It's just an egg and a yolk. It's just an egg and a yolk, man. Not to say you shouldn't hate on it, but it is just it is bare bones, to say the least. Not to say eggs are more than bare bones, but they're a solid foundation to work with. The building blocks of life. All right. Now, what do we have here? Eggs and toast. All right. You have raised my interest level a little more. Okay. It's one thing to have buttered toast. It's another thing to have it both toasted and buttered. Another thing to have it toasted, buttered, and have egg. Woo. And cheese? and seasoned. Oh man. Ooh, we are working with something pretty. We're working with something quite beautiful. Okay. Um, I do. Oh man, it's just when you put all this stuff together, it it's a match made in heaven. And for that, I will put in an A tier. Although I don't. It's definitely an on the go food. It's definitely, you can do your own thing with it. Okay, there's a lot of stuff you can put on bread, of course. But is it not my go-to? Is not, and that's the key here. That is the key. Right now, how long have we? Holy sh! Okay. Well, what do we got next? French toast. All right. Okay. Here's a couple of flaws I have with it. Here's a couple of flaws. I always confuse. One, it is not that healthy. Number two, when you pour syrup on a toast, that stuff soaks, okay? When you put, you're not supposed to put too much. Yeah, I know, whatever. But the whole point of French toast, that's not the point of French. The whole point of French toast is that it's not good for you. The same reason why donuts are good. It's because it's not good for you. And I don't think it was ever meant to be good. Of course you can, add a little fluff to French toast. And you could have put your own little spin on it. But for the most part, French toast in itself is pretty bland. I just gotta be honest about this stuff. And I'm not saying French toast is bad. I'm just saying it's basic. I'm basic. But that doesn't mean you should hate on it. Okay? And I'm not gonna hate on it, but um I do like French toast, you know, but you shouldn't be eating it that you should not be eating it that often. You do what you want, okay? I'm not stopping you from being free, you know. You have the right to choose your own path in life. But French toast is a C. B. French toast. Actually, no, I'm putting it back on C. I gotta put my foot down on this one. I really do. Okay. What do we got here? What do we got? Fried fish and pickles. I can honestly say, in my entire life, for certain, I have never had fried fish and pickles. I've had okra. I have had pickles, but I have never had fried fish and pickles. I've had them separate, but never together. Ever. And I am 95% certain on this. So I'm going to say I do not care much for it. You know what? That doesn't sound like a bad combination. Pickles, I do love a good dill pickle. Sweet pickle, get the hell out of here. Nobody loves you. But dill pickles, spear, ooh, it's quite something. I'll tell you what. Okay. Fruits. Fruits. There's a lot of fruits out there. You need to get your daily fruit intake. You should try to almost every day. It's very important that you should do this. Although it is, just like with everything in life, there's a balance. You don't want to eat too much. Um and I have to say, fruits are absolutely the best. Fruits are amazing. Um, Not much to say about that, honestly. Okay. Pancakes. Pancakes. I can't put you above French toast, right? Because when we compare waffles, we're usually comparing it to pancakes, right? So, homestyle pancakes are pretty freaking delicious, man. I have had some amazing pancakes in my day. However, a good waffle tops it. Although it's hard to stack. It's hard to stack. It's hard to stack waffles. You definitely got that going for you, pancakes. You're definitely stackable. So be proud of your accomplishments. Now, it's a solid choice. Solid choice. And I definitely understand people's opinions about how they feel about pancakes. But for me, I gotta, it doesn't come around. It doesn't come around that often for me. Okay. This is the hoagie Philly cheesesteak sandwich. I've had about 2 or 3 Philly cheesesteaks. I've only had about 2 or 3, no, 3 or 4, less than 5. I'll say less than 5. Philly cheesesteaks in my life. One was at a mall. One was with a friend. One was from Subway. Can't really remember any time else. But, usually I like to get my obviously it's important that your meat is cooked, right? But I do like some veggies on there, and we got on there some broccoli and some what's that, bell pepper and some tomatoes. It's a nice, was that provolone? Is that provolone a Swiss cheese? But you know, I think Philly cheesesteaks are underrated, honestly. Like, even though I've had them a few times, they've slapped. They're above average. I mean, I would at least put them at B. Um, is it a breakfast food? Sauerkraut and sausages are a breakfast food. I know that for a fact. So I'm not saying this can't be a breakfast food. This is not necessarily the right combination, but I'm gonna put in the A tier. I mean, we're judging it. This is, somebody thought this was breakfast, so I'm just going off. I'm just going off based off of my experiences. Okay, despite how I feel about it being breakfast food, it's still getting us. It's still getting a spot. It's still being judged. Pizza. I don't think I've ever had pizza ever as a breakfast. You know what? I'm going to reverse course. Pizza has changed my mind. I don't care too much for this as a breakfast because I've never had it as a breakfast. I know. So, yeah. Separate tier list. Okay. What is this? Prime rib, 4 course. How the hell is this? How the hell is this breakfast? I'm sorry. I do not understand. That's we're sorting this as a breakfast thing. We're sorting this as a breakfast thing, and I can't do that. What the hell is this? Oh wait, no, that's pretzel. Okay. These are cookies. Santa breakfast. Okay, cookies. regular crepes. I've never had regular crepes, so I'm gonna put it and do not care as much for. What the hell is this? Super fluffy pancakes. I have never once had super fluffy pancakes, so they will go in. Don't care much for. The picture says regular crepes. And that does not look like a quesadilla to me, my guy. Call it what you want. Call it what you want, but that is not a quesadilla. That ain't it, chief. I don't care. That ain't gonna get a freaking quesadilla. Are you shitting me? Alright. Now, what is this? Sashimi. I know for a fact, I can safely say I've never had this as breakfast food. And sushi included. We all know where sushi would go if I put it on this tier list. We know absolutely where it would go. But breakfast? Nah, it ain't in it. That ain't it, chief. Pop-Tarts. This is a breakfast food. Okay, now that we filtered out all the BS, now we can get back to the good stuff. Is Pop-Tarts the good stuff? It is very unhealthy. So in that case, absolutely not. It's terrible for you. But they are delicious. They got a good soft bite to it, You get that exterior like crust, and then when you bite it, you get that soft, gooey inside, depending on what flavor you choose. And there's plenty of flavors. The only correct answer is s'mores. S'mores or right. That's it. That's all I gotta say about that. If you ain't getting s'mores, get out the door. Dude, I can't believe I actually thought about that one. So let's but most Pop-Tart flavors I could care less for, honestly. The brown sugar one, I have never put Pop-Tarts in a toaster. Can't say I've done it. At least I don't remember. If somebody did it, no. I don't even think somebody has ever done it for me. I don't think somebody's ever put it in the toaster for me. So, C it is. I should be putting in the D, but the s'mores and the brown sugar and the strawberry, it saves it from being a D. It saves it from being a D. Okay, now pretzels. I also think this might be an interesting one. I do think pretzels are another underrated food. Philly cheesesteak, not really being a breakfast food, we can put that to the side. But we know for a fact you can make pretzels a breakfast food. Put a bagel in there, put some cheese, put some cream cheese in there. Cover it in like fondue or cheese or whatever you want to do with it. It's fairly easy to hold. It's something you can do on the go. I don't ever have pretzels. That's the fatal flaw in this, is that I do never ever have pretzels. The last time I had a pretzel was probably at a fair. Okay? Say what you will about pretzels, but it's at least a B. Pretzels, I'm surprised bagels aren't on here. What the hell? How do you have pretzels in here but not bagels, man? Now, if it was a bagel, that would probably be in the A tier. So, there's something to say about that. Ice cream? Rainbow candy ice cream. What the hell? Another day. We shall do that another day. All right, we're down to the final three. We get down to the final three here, ladies and gentlemen. Ice cream. It's a breakfast. I don't care much for. I don't. I'm pretty sure I've had ice cream as a breakfast, but you know how often I eat ice cream as an adult? Literally never. So, I mean, I do. I obviously I have had ice cream as an adult. I'm just saying it's so far in between everything. It's to even consider it in a breakfast item is not even an option. So, cookies on the other hand, you know your boy like a good cookie. Oatmeal raisin, better than any other cookie. Better than double chocolate. Better than chocolate chip. Oatmeal raisin, you heard it first. Best cookie that's ever existed in the face of the universe. Oatmeal raisin will bring the universe together. It will bring peace to our world. Believe that. And for that, cookies absolutely go in S tier. Absolutely. Now, what is this one specifically? I want to know. Ooh, that looks like chocolate chip. Chocolate chip is an S. Don't get me wrong. Chocolate chip is an S. Oh my, raisins on another level, dog. Okay. Last but not least, toast. I like to propose a toast. I hope everyone is doing great. We're working hard. We're contributing to society. Most of us. Some of us. You know, raising a toast to the last item in the breakfast tier list. Okay. Before you put in your head where you think this goes. Okay? Put it in your head. And now your fate has been sealed. Toast? Okay. We should probably explain. We should probably explain before bad things happen. Now, toast. Okay, I don't. This is a chicory one. This you gotta walk the tightrope on this for sure, because some people can't live without toast. Some people, toast is the center of their existence. I am not. The fiber of my entire being is ripped apart without toast. On it, toast by itself is so unbelievably bland that even with it toasted, it does not really elevate my experience that much. But it's so easy to eat that some people just have to eat it, you know? Some people are in such a rush, and some people just, are willing to eat some of the most simplest meals that they're willing to put up with toast. Not that I'm putting up with toast. You're putting down with toast, right? Because you put it in a toaster, right? But, unless you put butter, you season it, right? You toast it. That's a lot of things. Those are 3 things. Unless you do that, it doesn't. Even then, you're still getting like a B, in my opinion, B or an A. It takes a lot for bread to, to reach certain heights. It takes a lot. You gotta put in extra work. Bread on its own can't be an S or an A or even a B. It could be a C. I mean, it could be, it's a C on its own, depending on the type of quality bread, right? You know, because white bread is pretty good. But I can't. No, what is this? Toast. This is just toast. It's D. I'm sorry. I can't do it. In good nature, it has to be in D. I'm sorry it has to end like this. I didn't want things to go like this way, but I gotta stick to my guns. I gotta be true to myself. Um, you know, opinions are like blank. Everyone has one. Call it what you will, but